So I'm super excited to introduce these three amazing women that are in Modere, and we all are working toward the same goal. We are all looking to make money for our families. So I'm going to introduce our first guest speaker, Sara, who is a gold, which is gold is 2,000 customer pod, and the director is 12,000 award points. So Sara, if you're out there, can you please jump in and let us know who you are first, and then I'll answer some questions.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Sara Lucas. I am from Rock Island, Illinois. I am a former teacher turned insurance salesperson. I work from home with my toddler, my German Shepherd dog, and 4 cats. Been married for 9 years. So I'm busy as well.
Love that, love that. So I'm going to ask you just a couple of questions. Is this your first call, Sara?
This is my first call, yeah.
Oh, how awesome. I'm so happy to have you on here. So I'm going to ask you some easy, simple questions. And my first question is, if you had to give your 3 best tips to a new social marketer, what would those 3 tips be?
Wow. Okay, so can I be an overachiever and share my 5 tips?
Sure. If you want to share 5, I'm all ears, love.
Okay. I'm not new to network marketing. I've been on and off for the last 12 years. I'm a former teacher, so I'm kind of an overachiever. I need to make notes, so I kind of prepared myself. I used to sell makeup, and then was in a different health and wellness company. And after I gave birth to my daughter, I was so overwhelmed with trying to do all of the things that I did before to lose weight, and I just was very frustrated. I spent 3.5 years being frustrated, not being able to lose the weight, and I found Ashley Dawes on TikTok and creeped her for a little bit. And I got the freebie, the free protein guide. I asked the questions. I started with the lean body system. I had a whole laundry list of things that I wanted to try, but I needed simple. And she asked me if I liked money. Yeah, of course I do, but I just can't add that to my life. So after 2 weeks of doing the lean body system and not changing anything else, because I wanted to make sure this actually worked, I lost 3.5 inches. And I said, okay, Ashley, let's go. Let's run. Let's do this business. Show me what to do. So the first thing was being coachable. So I have some experience on how to share on social media, but I needed duplicatable tools, and I needed like that accountability. So as her team grew, I got myself an accountability partner. We did all the stuff in the group. I utilized John as my upline, the boards, the ATM groups, the power hours, all of the trainings. I tried to soak in as much as I could and implemented it, even if it was messy or I felt silly. I started going live and doing kind of like a breakfast show like I saw Ashley do. I'm like, I'm going to just duplicate that. She got to where I want to go. Even if I fail her at 1%, I'm better than I was just trying to make it up on my own. That was kind of the frustration behind, my other companies was trying to have to like do it on my own. I had to also lean into my team on days where I'm like discouraged, whether life is happening or maybe I'm not getting sales or, whatever it may be. I have to lean into my team for the faith until I kind of build my confidence. So maybe you're new to sales, you don't know what you're doing. Borrow your upline's faith and their encouragement and keep just doing the action. Even if it's messy, it's better than no action. The second tip, invest in yourself. Whether that's doing your personal development every day, whether that's training, whether that's your own mental health. I share on my social media about seeing a therapist. I share about, my personal development books or like a quote that I hear. I invested in the Rank Up Bank Up Challenge. And when Michelle and John told me to start 200 new conversations, I did that. I printed the sheets, I wrote the people out, and, I kind of had this, messy code of, did they respond to me? Did I ATM them? And I didn't have, a super organized system, but I just did it, okay? I made the intentional investment because I knew that if I did the work, it was going to pay for itself. I also got the privilege of being invited to the New Leadership Conference in Provo, Utah, and that my husband didn't understand. Why do you have to go to that? Why can't you just do that virtually? And I'm like, there is just something different, leaning in with the leaders and being in person. So whether that's New Leader Conference, that's the Escape, that's our spring or fall event, go meet your team in person and lean in and learn from them. The director dashes, I've done all of those remotely. Just be coachable and learn those things. The third tip, hire help. Like I said, I've been in network marketing for 12 years, and I never hired help. I'm like, I'm not making enough money to do that. I made the excuses. I was full of them, right? But I said, I'm a busy mom now, and I'm struggling in this area. I'm feeling like I'm not super creative. I can't come up with the content. And if I just paid someone to help me with a content calendar, and also I had a cheat sheet made of just kind of like the benefits and the key points to some of the products that I talk about so that I can educate a little bit more when I do my lives. I am willing to spend money for 4 hours for someone to create those things for me so it doesn't take me 20, right? That is not my strong suit. I'm going to hire somebody. So maybe for you it's not content related. Maybe for you that's hiring someone to clean your house or childcare, right? I have the pleasure of having my mom local. She helps me with childcare during the week when I work my normal job, and that's a godsend. But if you have to invest, it's going to free up your mental space so that you can work when you're working. Let's see. Number 4, show up every single day. Even if you can't mark off all the boxes, like I said, messy action is better than no action. Try to go in your stories and add value via your content on your wall. I try to mix things up. I do Monday through Friday, do a live where I'm getting ready for breakfast. I talk about the lean body system. I'm making my collagen coffee. I'm sharing kind of my journey. And every day I try to talk about a little bit of, personal development or a quote or something that's sort of inspiring me that morning so that I add value to other people. I do that in short form videos as well, which is how that content calendar that I had my VA create, how that kind of comes into play too, is how can I make those short form videos? So even if I'm not doing all of the things, I'm still moving my business forward a little bit. I actually had a friend who has never commented on any of my videos or any of my lives. She said, when's your team call today? And I've been watching you, and you're awesome. And I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like they are watching you. You know what I mean? They're just totally watching you. So you never know when somebody's going to actually come out of the woodworks and say okay, I'm ready. I've been watching you and stalking you like I did with Ashley, right? Show up for your team. Okay, whether you have a small team or a big team, show up and encourage each other, lean in together, do a mastermind. We have power hours that we do twice a week. I actually got the pleasure while Ashley was in Hawaii to lead the team calls, which I was super nervous about, but it kind of helped me get ready for this call. I'm going to do nervous things. I'm going to be nervous about it, but I'm going to do it anyways. So if you're nervous about doing the live, practice in your stories like Kayla said, but just do it. My girl Lindsay did a live at the top of the mountain in Utah, and it was incredible. Okay, number 5, follow up. I think this is the thing that I was the most disorganized with in my past companies. And so coming into Modere, I realized, like, I need to have a system. And I didn't quite have one at the beginning, but I failed my way forward and said, okay, well, this is kind of how I did it in May. Like, May, our team hit elite, and I hit gold director for the first time. I've only been with Modere since February. And it was because, I know, like, it's amazing to me how duplicatable this system is, and how much more success I've had with Modere in 4 months than I have with any of the other network marketing companies I've done before having kids. Like, I had more time when I didn't have a kid than I do now, but I just show up, and I'm coachable, and I'm more intentional with my time. And I learned that I needed to figure out how to follow up with people. So what I did in May was, because I did that 200 people challenge, like, starting conversations. It wasn't 200 invites. It was 200 conversations. I printed it out, and then, like, as I circled people who responded to me, and as I, like, highlighted or made a note of who I invited, I think the boxes are small, so I did, like, an I if I invited. I would go back and say, okay, I invited them. How do I follow up? And that was my system for the month of May. And as I, continue to invite people, I'm kind of tweaking my follow-up system. So it doesn't have to be super organized. It doesn't have to be a spreadsheet. Do whatever works for you, and be okay just, like, adjusting. Yeah. I think
I love that.
So those are my 5 tips.
I love that. Thank you for sharing all these gems. I did write quite a few of them down. So keep smashing. You're on a great team. Ashley Dawes and I, we are one of the good people, I would say, the better people. Ashley is very informational. She's very lovely and lively. So you're on a great team, and I'm super proud of you for hitting gold director, because that is nothing easy. So keep on doing what you're doing, Sara, and I can see you being elite in your near future. I can see it. You are very coachable. So what we got from Sara was, messy action is better than no action. I love that. I wrote that down because that speaks volume, where a lot of us don't understand. It's okay to be messy, but messy action is better than doing nothing, no action. And I love how she said, fail her way forward. In order to be successful, you have to learn and be okay with failing. Let's be real. It took John and Nadia like 20 years so they could mastermind what they're currently doing. So when Sara said fail your way forward, I love that. That needs to be on a T-shirt. So if you're failing right now, keep on moving forward. And Sara also said, be coachable. Utilize the tools that we have given you. All of these tools are free that you guys have, from boards, press broadcast, to the power hours, to M Life Nation, social retail. So make sure you guys are utilizing the tools that we have, because everything is duplicatable, especially the ATM method. So thanks again, Sara. We're going to go into